Hey there folks, welcome back, and today I'm going to be talking about Dirt Rally 2.0. Now the game itself isn't officially out until Tuesday, but I guess it is also kind of out today. If you pre-order the deluxe edition, which is what I did, and I might be starting to regret that now, you get to play it, well, now. And if you want to check out my stream, you can find it on the channel, put a link down below. I'm going to be using clips from that interspersed with, well, this dialogue, or monologue I guess, telling you about what my initial thoughts were. And just to start off, Dirt Rally, I believe when it came out in 2015, it was my game of the year for that year, even though it largely officially came out in 2016. It's, as a sequel, quite good. It builds on what the first one did in a lot of ways. Yeah, more rallycross circuit. You have 6 countries that weren't featured in the original Dirt Rally, though some of them were, of course, in Dirt 4, which was released for 2017.
4 out of 25.
But there were a few problems I found when I was playing it. Now some of these are just little nitpicks, so for example, my computer, whilst I think it's really super powerful and it can run 1080p 60 on higher graphics, the game decided to start us off with 900p resolution. Or the fact that to be able to get the force feedback to work the way that I wanted it to, I had to turn it all up to max, because otherwise the car felt a bit floaty. Apart from those, the game drove quite well. As always with learning a new game with the wheel, it takes a while to get used to at first. I like the fact that I used a full 900 degrees by wheel. I'm not too sure how much of it was actually supposed to use that much. And outside of that, I just have a couple of other concerns. But firstly, and I say it at the end of the stream, the fact that well, I used the HPAT and gearbox, but I was using it throughout the stream, almost all the way up until the end, which is cool. But what I would recommend instead is having a feature like Assetto Corsa, where it decides, oh, this car usually has an HPAT and gearbox, or this car usually has flappy paddles. Then from there, and then same with the clutch if it's semi-automatic or if it's fully automatic. From there you can just go, well, I'm going to be using what the car comes with. Because I found myself with the R5s, and I found myself with the rallycross cars using a HPAT and gearbox where they just use a gear shifter where you push and pull so go up and down the gearbox. On top of that, I just have a couple of other concerns. They're largely based on kind of strategy, the season passes, the R2.0. Now I've, as I've admitted, spent 20 quid more than and the game is actually marketed at the standard edition to get to the deluxe edition. It comes with some little boosters, a couple of starter cars. It also comes with the 2 season passes, and the first season program includes some interesting choices, such as bringing in 3 countries that were originally in Dirt Rally that haven't made their way into DR 2.0. And the reason why they haven't is because they're reworking them. But at the same time, they're largely going to feel like carbon copies, I guess. Which is a bit of a shame. It's also a bit of a shame they've not put it into the base game. But I feel like Season 2 is just going to add the other 3 countries that were originally in the original Dirt Rally, which I don't think is particularly fair. Again, some of the cars they're bringing in, like the Citroen C4, or the Ford Focus WRC 2007, or the Subaru Impreza Rally, which I'm presuming is going to be the 2001. They're cars that came in with Dirt Rally, of course they were added in updates, but most of them also featured in the base game for Dirt 4. And then of course there's, in the R5 class, the i20 isn't there. It feels so weird to say that the game itself is actually missing some of the content that previous titles had, when we know they must have some form of licensing if they're on a release schedule. I guess it's a way of trying to get people to keep playing the game, but putting it behind season passes is also a way of trying to get a few extra quid. And it's a shame the Codemasters gone down this route, because they were a games company that used DLCs. Dirt 3 was notorious for DLCs. But Dirt Rally didn't do that. That's what I felt very much was the spirit of Dirt Rally. The fact that if you bought it straight away, it was a 20 quid game that had the value of one that was 45 at the end. 2.0 just doesn't have that. And I haven't tested out the damage engine enough to be able to go, oh, this is too bad or whatever, but I have the base game damage engine for the career championship because apparently you have to. And I managed to have a terminal wreck in my first go. And this is the thing, I don't have enough experience to be able to make a proper judgment on how the game properly handles, but it feels like for me, every other racing game I've been playing on the wheel, I'm quite using the wheel. I'm not going to say the game is underwhelming, necessarily. I'm not going to say that it's a bad game, because it's not. I still had fun playing it. But when you have the context of, oh, these cars that were in the original Dirt Rally aren't in 2.0, or aren't in it yet, and the fact that the base game doesn't come with Monte Carlo, Sweden, Finland, or Great Britain. I mean, Greece and Germany from the original Dirt Rally, the Acropolis is one that often gets left out of things, and Germany is still quite a new rally on the world scene, relatively. Because, what is it, 15 odd years since it was properly mandated. It's a shame to say that see Codemasters go down this path of this game, but I guess that's what's happening. It's worth playing. It's definitely worth playing. I don't know if it's going to be worth the 65 quid at the end of it. I'll definitely get 100 hours out of it. But that said, I don't think I got 100 hours out of Dirt 4. But it's just a shame to have to see smaller game companies like Codemasters using models like this because they are looking to maximise profit. Whether or not that's because they have to do it to stay afloat is another issue. But the fact that this is the way the game industry is coming to, it's definitely a shame. We'll be seeing me do more Dirt Rally 2.0 content over the next while. But until then, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye for now.